everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started with mat Pilates today. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start off in a little different. Usually I start off with a nice seated position, warming everything up. But I think today we're going to switch it up a little bit. I know, crazy. And we're going to start in a cat-cow position. So once you settle into your mat, let's go ahead and come down onto all four. You always want to make sure you square everything off. Shoulders to wrists, knees to hips. So you want a nice hip distance apart. You can tuck those toes under in the back or lie the tops of the feet flat to the mat, whatever is comfortable for you. We will progress through this, and at some point I will have you tuck the toes. But right now, just wide fingers, solid base, and then you're just going to move through that cat-cow position. So inhale as you go into your cow, exhale, drawing it up. And let the head follow the spine. We want to keep it in that nice neutral position. Gently moving through. And warming up that low back. Finding our nice breathing pattern. More. Last one here. And then holding at that neutral spine position. Again, same thing with the feet. You can tuck the toes or lie them flat. We're going to go into our bird dog. So remember, you want a soft bend in this supporting arm. Extend and extend. Trying to keep your hips parallel, core engaged, head neutral. Hold that reach. We're going to pull that in, reset yourself. Find that base, soft bend, supporting arm, get the reach, reach, hips stay parallel. Pull it in, and we're going to do one more on each side. Find your base and then extend. Pull it in and then switch sides. Reset. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Reach and reach. And draw it in. Go ahead and sit back into a child's pose. Just reach those arms forward, sink those hips back, and rest through all that. And then go ahead and bring yourself out. We're going to move into a plank. So pick which one works for you. I think what I will do is start in the full straight arm plank, and then we will then move into the forearm. However, if you need to stay in one or the other for both, go ahead and do that, whatever's good for you. So I'm going to start in my Squared off position. I'm lining my shoulders over my wrists. My fingertips are wide. I'm extending one leg and the other. Driving the heels back, holding the plank. Just breathe through. We're going to rotate onto the left arm, twist through that, and get that nice side plank reaching high. Keep that core lifted. We're going to gently come back center, rotating back. Hold the center plank. Reset to rotate to the other side. Nice high reach. And back center, holding for another 8 count. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to your knees. Rock back into rest. And the next set we're going to do from the forearms. So if you need to, first of all, I know I need to, even though we're not going down to the wrists, I really need to roll these out for a little bit here. And then we'll reset down onto that forearm. All right, so set yourself up, come down to the forearms. You can grasp your fists together. That's a bet, that's the way I like to do it. Sometimes you can separate for more stability, but find what works for you. Extend, extend, tuck that tailbone, hold that forearm plank, head is neutral. Alternate a knee tap. So release the right knee, tap it down. And the left. And the right. And the left. One more each side. Hold, come to your knees, go back to child's pose one more time. Just rest it out, because we're going to come back and do one more move from the forearms. So, whichever position for you. All right, so come back out, proper setup. And then extend and extend. Tuck that tailbone. We're going to lift the right leg high and bring it down. We'll lift the left and bring it down. Right. One more each side. Hold and back to child's pose. Let's bring ourselves up to a nice tall seat. Ooh. Let's roll those shoulders out here quickly. And reverse that direction. And then I think what we're going to do is come seated forward. We're going to take those legs a little wider than your mat. And we're going to get set up for our stall and our stretch. But let's start first. Let's change that up here. Let's begin with the feet centered forward. Flex those feet back. Tall. Make sure you're lifting all the way up. We're just going to hold right here. And then you're going to reach those arms high. Reach for the ceiling. Shoulders are down. And give me a fold forward. Hold here. Big inhale to lift it back up. And again. And lift. And two more of those. Fold forward. Lift. Last one. Good. Bring those arms down. And just go ahead and take this right leg, cross it over the left. Nice and tough. We're going to wrap that opposite arm around and we're going to get a little rotation here. Drawing that knee into the chest as you rotate. Nice tall spine. And then release that straight. And then we're going to cross the opposite leg. Wrap that opposite arm. Sit tall and rotate through. Keeping those hips stable. Tailbone down. And then release that back center. And we're going to go ahead and scoot forward as my pooch decided to lay behind me. And we're going to do our roll up. So sitting forward, legs are straight, feet are flexed, arms forward. Always make sure you draw the shoulders down and back once you come forward. So we're going to engage the core at the top. Grab your big inhale. Roll it back one vertebra at a time. We'll go to the mat. You take a stretch. You can point through those toes and reach through those fingers. Enjoy that stretch while you can. Take that big inhale. You can flex the feet to drive those heels in. Tuck that chin. Roll up and dive forward. Good. Sitting tall. Make sure those shoulders come down. And we go back again. Just a quick stretch. And then work your way back up. Two more. Last one. Good, sitting nice and tall. Let's go ahead and take it back all the way to the mat, and we'll do a little bit of bridge work. So always control your movement back. Don't just plop backwards. So make it all work for you. So let's just go all the way down. Hands come to your side. Let's find that neutral spine. Let it rest first. We don't want to keep that arc in the back. Just find your neutral spine. Let's bend that right leg in, foot flat. Left leg in, foot flat. Keep them hip width apart. And remember, we're just going to peel the tailbone off the mat and lift one vertebrae at a time. Up, 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 up. You're resting into your shoulders, glutes are engaged. And then slowly control that down. Engage that core, lower one vertebrae at a time, back to the mat. Keeping the glutes engaged. And then that releases right at the bottom. And then you tip that tailbone, peel it up, glutes engage. And slowly lower the spine one vertebrae at a time. That tailbone comes down last. Get a quick release. And then tip. Up. And down. We'll do one more. Inhale. And lower back down. We may come back to the bridge a little later depending on time. Maybe we'll get a little bridge work, but right now let's extend that left leg long. Bring that right one up to table. We're going to bring those fingertips by the ears, lift that head and chest, and we're going to go into our crisscross. So lifting high, rotate and switch. One more each side. Bring those knees in, rest your head down, tuck them in. Get a little release and relax those shoulders. We're going to go into our single leg stretch next. So you're going to want to extend that left leg again. Let it hover the mat. The right knee is in. You're going to curl up, looking right into that knee. You are going to pulse that knee in twice. And switch. And switch. One more each leg. Both knees in. Rest it out. Whew. Just roll that spine out each time that you need to. We're going to take a little break here. We're going to go ahead with those legs at table. Feet are flexed. We're going to bring those arms wide to the side in a T. We're going to try to keep the shoulders connected here. So you're just dropping the knees to the right and center. Inhale and center. Keep the shoulders down. Now you can add to this by looking in the opposite direction that the knees are dropping. When those knees drop to the right, you will look out to the left, and again, try to keep your shoulder connected to the mat and center. Knees to the left, rotate the head to the right. One more to the left. Good. Let's go ahead. those hands right around your shin. You're gonna curl yourself up. Hands are on the shin, shoulders back, and you're going to extend, circle, and in. 3 more. Rest it out. Good, bring those feet flat. Let's just for a little rest, a little transition. Let's just go bring ourselves back up into just a gentle bridge. Lifting high. Still engaging the glutes. Just taking a rest here. And then we're going to lower that vertebrae down one at a time. Let's go ahead and tuck those knees in. Let's roll ourselves up to a seated position. And now let me grab a drink here. And now let's do our saw that I was going to do earlier. So you don't have to have a big wide stance. Just a little bit of a mat distance is fine. But again, your flexibility, form is more important than like the width. So you want that nice tall stack. Arms are shoulder height. Feet are flexed. Rotate through. Keep this back arm lifted as you reach past that little toe twice. Come up and center. And rotate and reach. Pulse. Up. Center. One more on each side. Just realized I forgot to put this on Do Not Disturb. My luck, I will get a text right in the middle. And last time, to the left. Up and center. Good, bring those arms down. Just get a nice shoulder stretch across. Other side. Good, we're gonna bring those feet together. Still got that flexion in the feet. You're bringing those toes back towards you. We're going to grab our spine twist. So again, you want a tall spine. The movement is just from the center. Your feet are not moving. We get a rotation with the pulse. So right, pulse, center. To scoop the abdominals and lean back. You want to be as tall as possible, like there's a straight line from your head straight down through your tailbone. One more each side. And center. Roll those arms down. Take a gentle stretch forward. Come up to a seated position. We're going to do our hip swing. Didn't used to be one of my favorites, but you got to remember to keep the core lifted. Don't let your back sink into the mat. You want a proud chest here. So we're going to go back onto our forearms. Fingertips clearly are towards you. Here's where you want that lift. Don't let your body sink down. Keep the core tight. Keep that lower back lifted. Find that good position. Feet are pointed, legs are strong. Lift to the center and begin that pendulum movement to the right, going up onto the opposite hip, and swing and swing. One more each side. Come center. Press yourself up, tall, 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 and reach forward. And stack it up, 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 up. Good. And let's go on to our sideline series. So I'm going to scoot my mat slightly to a direction that will be better for your viewing and viewing pleasure. And you're going to lie. Again, you can be up here. If you are on the forearm, just make sure you keep this center lifted. Don't drop a lot of pressure into that shoulder. You can, I kind of go in the medium right here. You can lie the head flat too if you prefer. So you want a nice line along the back of your mat. Feet slightly come forward, hip height. Flex the foot for 2 beats forward, and then point that leg behind. Keep the center calm. You don't want to rock the body through this movement. Inhale. If you find your body rocking with it, shorten your range, because you don't want to be forward and back and forward and back. Nice, stable. Kick, kick, and point back. One more time, each direction. Hold that leg hip height right here, and we're just going to hold. Really strong flexion in that foot, like you're standing on the floor with that. We're going to rotate that entire leg so that the heel from the top leg is facing down. Turn that bottom heel up. That will engage your bottom leg too. The glutes are engaged, you're not leaning back. We're going to get our leg lift, pressing down. So with that V in the bottom foot, you're really activating it on that side too. So we're getting a double work. One, heels come together, weight right there. We're going to do big circles today. I can't remember what we did last time. Sometimes we do them little baby ones, but we're going to do big ones. So let's press that leg forward, sweeping up, bringing it from behind. Again, trying to keep that hip stacked. That rotation into those heels. Adds a little challenge with that bottom leg rotated upward. 3 more in this direction. And 2. And 1. Heels will touch. And then we're reversing. Nice full movement. 3 more. Going right into that passe as soon as your heels touch. Bring that heel all the way up, extend and press down. We're only doing 6 in each direction, so we have 3 more. One more. And then we're going to reverse. Lift the leg, bend the knee, drive it right down. Really controlled and focused movement. 3 more. 2 and 1. Good. Let's just slightly bring those legs back so that we're in more of a straight line position now. So you really have that balance. We're going to lift that top leg with the flexed foot to hip height, and we're going to bring our bottom one up to meet it. We're just going to hold this balance right here. Feel those obliques engage. Hold. And we're just going to lower the bottom one enough to hover the mat and bring it right back up. Hover and lift. Lift. 2 more. Last one, you're going to hold it at the top, and we're going to pulse both legs together up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower them down. Go ahead and lie on your forearm there and just bring those knees forward. And we're just going to grab a few clams here, opening and closing. Two more. Good. And then with the knees together, just press yourself up. And then the knees will gently separate into that Z sit. So you're in that perfect seat. Keeping the sits bones down. You want to keep your body center here. We're going to bring our one hand over. Press yourself into the mat as you reach over. And then you're going to flip to the other side. Get that nice long side stretch. Never rush through these. Again, keep that center and reach. Lift and flip. One more on each side here. Last one. Good. And then I'm just going to slightly switch my mat just a hair here. And I'm going to come down, and we need to grab that other side of all of our side line work here. So same position you were in before, unless you need to adjust. So slightly along the back, feet slightly forward, hip height, no rocking, core engaged, flex foot. Kick, kick, and point back. Two more in each direction. Last one here. center, keeping it elevated. Stomp, stepping into that foot. Hold it right there. You want that length all the way down. Stretch that out. Now rotating from the top, heels to the base. Bring that bottom heel upward. We're going to begin our leg lift and lower. Now I had felt that pop, so I realized I was leaning back. So always double check your position. You don't want to lean back into it. I'm going to do 2 more. I might have to scoot just the hair out a little bit, just so I don't hit that bookcase. All right, so we're going to go into those big circles. Remember, you still want that V. You want that bottom leg active. We're going to sweep forward, draw from behind. Two more. Keeping that V. Stop at the base and then reverse back. 4 more. 2. Last one. Heels will come together and we'll start that passe. Remember, 6 in each direction. Make it focused. Keep the hips stacked. 3 more. 2. 1. And then I'll reverse. 3 more. 2. And 1. Feet come together and let's bring them back into a nice straight line. Again, you can stay up here or lie down. We're going to lift that top leg, flexion in the foot, bottom one to meet it, and just hold. Keep that stacked. Don't lean back. We're going to lower and lift that bottom leg only. Focus on that lift. 3 more. Hold the legs together and we're pulsing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower them down. Rest into that arm if you prefer. Knees come forward and let's grab some clams. Just 3 more. Really focus on that opening though. 2. And last one. And stack those knees and then come up. And they will gently separate into that Z-sit at the top. Again, settle in. Nice straight head all the way down. Hands flat. And take that stretch. And then up and over again. Keep that connection to the mat. and over. Up and over. And then one more time on each side. Last one here. Slightly forward one more time, and we're going to come down, resting on your bellies. Settle yourself in here, and let's extend, arms long, legs about mat width apart, resting that head, keeping it neutral to the spine. You're looking right into your mat. We're going to alternate that diagonal lift, so the arm and then the leg and lower. And other side. So the head and chest stay connected here on this move. One more with each side. At the bottom. Now we're going to add that slightly lift through the chest, really activating that low back, getting a nice extension. So the legs will lift, the arms will lift, unless you can only lift your arms. But we're going to hold this Superman pose. And then we're going to swing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold, lower down, and draw those arms in towards your chest, and then gently lift up. Let's rotate our neck right and left, again, and left. Bring it center and lower yourself down. Slide the hands back, closer to the chest. Draw those shoulders down and back, and we're going to press up. Slowly begin to lower yourself down. Fingertips wide, pressing through the palm, and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And then just one more. Resting at the bottom. Tuck your toes under and come up to all four, because we're going to go ahead and press ourselves up to our downward facing dog. So find that good position. Shift those hips up and high, and try to drive your heels to the mat. Let your head hang heavy. Just my mat with stretching, and hold. We're going to walk the hands back to the feet. Stay right here. Rest it out. Shake out that head. We're going to slowly begin to roll up. You have that soft bend in your knees. You're using that core to bring yourself up. Let that blood redistribute. Roll out those shoulders. And then reverse your direction. Regroup my positioning here. I'm going to grab that big inhale up. Spine, nice solid base. Take it down. Lift. 2 more of these and we'll call it a day. And last one. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Enjoy the recording.